Her name was Anna Jarvis, and more than any other single person, she is responsible for the fact that we celebrate Mother's Day each year. Through her untiring efforts, President Woodrow Wilson signed a proclamation in 1914 establishing the observance of the day on the second Sunday in May as an official American holiday. But in her later life, disenchanted by the inevitable commercialization of the holiday, Jarvis actually tried to have Mother's Day rescinded. Go figure. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas, and this is your daily devotional for Monday, May 15th, 2023. The fifth commandment reads, "Honor your father and your mother, so that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you." I got a notion to talk about Anna Jarvis and the origins of Mother's Day when I read a brief snippet in Garrison Keillor's daily email, The Writer's Almanac. Keillor, most popularly known for his once-weekly radio show A Prairie Home Companion, is primarily a writer and essayist who turns the spotlight of his pen on a whole variety of topics. The man can write about anything. Why, he could make watching the grass grow interesting just by writing about it. So, when I read Keillor's brief telling of Anna Jarvis and the origins of Mother's Day, I was hooked. Now, little or nothing I have to say is new or original. You can find out all about Anna Jarvis simply by Googling her name. Speaking of Googling, that is an interesting enough topic, but I'll save it for another day. Still, I want to reflect on how this day came to be and why its chief champion came to oppose it. As with a lot of movements, the quest to establish Mother's Day as a national holiday involved more people than just Anna Jarvis. In fact, her own mother, Ann Jarvis, was involved early on in the movement. That Anna picked up where her mother left off speaks volumes. Anna Jarvis was the ninth of 11 children born to Ann Maria and Granville Jarvis. She was born in West Virginia in 1864, but was one of only 4 surviving children. Perhaps part of her desire to see a Mother's Day holiday established came from the knowledge of her own mother's anguish over the death of 7 children. But there is something else. Anna's mother, Ann Jarvis, was what we might call today a social activist and community organizer. She was an anti-war activist during the Civil War, caring for wounded soldiers from both the Confederate and Union armies, and after the war, gathered mothers from both sides in order to create a sense of fellowship and reunion. From that, we can pretty well conjecture that she was a strong personality with definite opinions about things. Such people often foster strong reactions. They develop both devoted followers and outspoken critics. Anna, no doubt, saw both, and she apparently inherited her mother's activism and strong opinions. As an adult, Anna Jarvis wrote to a great number of people over the years advocating for the establishment of a National Mother's Day. After her own mother's death in 1905, her efforts only increased. After she built a sufficient momentum for the idea, President Wilson finally signed the proclamation establishing the second Sunday in May as the official mother's holiday. Now, you or I would consider that a huge win and retire from our activism on the subject with a sense of satisfaction. But a funny thing began to happen, predictable to anyone but Anna Jarvis. Candy companies, florists, and the Hallmark greeting card company all saw a huge opportunity to profit from the day. Indeed, besides taking Mom for Sunday brunch, what else do we do for Mother's Day but give her chocolates, flowers, and a sentimental greeting card? Jarvis hated it. To her, the commercialization of the day cheapened it. In her heart, it should have been a day to write our mothers a letter, to tell them how much we appreciate their sacrifices on our behalf. I suppose it is the lot in life for activists to be disappointed even when they have achieved success. For, as it turns out, Our pet ideas often take on a life of their own. In the last years of her life, Anna Jarvis actually petitioned for the repeal of Mother's Day, since it had taken on a life that she didn't intend. I suppose, in an odd sort of way, Anna Jarvis was honoring her mother in a way that she, as a social activist, would have understood. Now, I don't know about how you feel about the commercialization of Mother's Day. Some people scoff at it for precisely this reason. They think it's become a, quote, Hallmark holiday. Me? I'm enough of a realist to know you cannot prevent a good idea from going commercial. We're not going to quit celebrating Christmas just because it has become a highly commercial holiday after all. Neither should we reject a day like Mother's Day simply because the folks at Hallmark and many other greeting card companies profit from it. No, I'm happy on this day to remember my own mother and to celebrate the woman who is the mother of my own children. I hope you are able to do the same. And now may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do, this day and in all the days ahead.